Hello. It is time. Okay. Instance randomization, I think. I stopped myself because it was getting... I was just totally fried. So... why did that happen? So... let me think about this. Okay, first of all, let me just make it so I can see it again. Let me just start with that. I can't see it right now. Right? There's nothing. Instance preview. Okay, so instance bar is trying to access instance preview. Why? Why does it do that? Oh. Instance to place. That would make sense. Okay. Alright, so why do I not see it? Mouse move should be putting it there. If not instance to place, ensure instance to place. Add child. Mouse position is finite, instance to place global position is that. I think it's there. But I think it's that the mesh hasn't been loaded yet. No, because it should do that. Okay, let me reload the project. Just reload the project. I select. Instance temporary added to scene without a region. Okay. Hey Denlin. Check this out before you start. Speedrun.com. What? What am I supposed to be, like... Categories? What is that? That's what... Is this the category you're talking about? Alright, what is this? There's one... There's one? Is this a joke? Wait. Woman out of bounds, out of bounds. What do they mean out of bounds? What does this mean? Show rules. Well, the speed was to enter Roxy's room while Roxy's inside of it. Whilst being inside Freddy, and Roxy saying the dialogue, "Freddy, get out of my room." Why? It wouldn't be funny otherwise. Get jump scared by a security guard as soon as possible. Okay. That's funny. What does 9% mean? No runs. Complete all endings. A 1-hour break will become available after the 3rd and 6th ending. Crossword threshold 10 hours. You're on a sleep break. Why is it called 9%? Please have a moving image on the screen. How do they count for breaks? Do you have to say like I'm taking a break, or you have to like hit escape and then that starts your break? And then as soon as you go back in the game you hit escape, that ends your break? Get jump scared by the security guard. Brain draining. This right now is brain draining, honestly. I don't know if I should have started today. Why 6% is the only one with a name? %. After 10 hours, you can go to sleep. Added without a region. Added without a region. So I think what I do is I probably make this one. I do this, and then I say instance to place. Please, edited region. Maybe that's just what I do. I have to restart it. Speedrunners at a job. Yeah, that's crazy. I have not seen... It's just added to the scene without a region. No. How is that possible? Edited region always exists before I call add child. You're lying to me. That's a lie. I literally can't create it without setting the region. That's a lie. It's lying to me. Here, can we have link time optimization? This is not, no. What does that even mean? No, I don't believe you, That's not true. It's just not true. How, I don't call add to child, or add child, without... Ensure instance to place. Nil. I'm like tired. What the hell? One sec. I am. Gonna figure it out. What do I do? What's going on? I'm lost. That's what's going on. This coach sucks. This code really sucks. So I'm gonna literally start over. I'm literally just gonna start over. You see Ninja died of Steve Jobs. Okay. I didn't even see that. Hey Nexus. Instance the place, delete that. I gotta start over. Something is wrong here, I gotta start over. I think all of this drops out. Yeah. What's wrong with the instance bar? Doesn't match the previous level of indentation. Why did that happen? Toolbar, add an instance. To do, or yeah, just to do. I'm gonna leave that code though. Okay. What is this? Do I even use that? Why is it called logs? Oh, because I think log. Yeah. The math function. This is a rough morning. I stayed up too late again, and I made myself get up early. So, and by early, I mean 8:30. Not particularly early. Dude, did I even sleep? What did I even sleep? I'm getting annoyed already. This is not good. That's a lot. Do I instance bar? Instance bar needs to know. Instance bar should honestly. Does instance bar own the instance? Probably. No, I don't think so. I think it should not. I think what it should do is not that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. Get instance is not a thing. It'll be randomized instance. And what it will do is it just does stuff to the instance on the plugin. The plugin has the preview. Okay. Just gonna write queue free here. Enter tree. I guess I create the instance here. move this up here. Okay. Edit. All of this. Let me make a function to drop the parent of the instance preview. I'll just call it remove preview. Can I use reparent to null? Oh man. All right, let me go see what the code what the code does for that. I should probably, wow, yeah, I like didn't sleep well enough at all or something. My eyes hurt. Okay. Whoa, it just got dark. That's dark. That got really dark. Dude. It's gonna mess up as soon as the cloud moves. Node 3D. Reparent. Node reparent. Okay. Fail if null. Okay, cool, great. That's all I wanted to see. Right, that's all it needs to do. And now it gets bright. I just wish I could set like a little bit of like bias on the auto exposure. Or it would just like could detect my face and expose for my face. That'd be cool. This camera's not smart enough for that. One second. Okay, that's pretty good. Where was I at? When I edit and I don't have a region, I have to do remove instance, remove preview instance. If I had a region, remove preview instance. Does this make sense? This is all bound to the instance bar. I mean, really, I should only have to remove that there. If I have a node, do this. What? Wait. What? Why do I do it that way? If I click and I am editing nothing. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know why that's written that way. That's really weird. I'm just gonna leave it. This can be last. Oh, this is just strange, I think. That can be done always. This can be done if I have it. And then toolbar update. If I have a region, maybe I should do it in this order. Set the region to null, remove the preview instance. Actually, no, do it this order. That looks better. If I am editing a node, and I had a region, hide the region, do that. Does region even have? It does, yeah. I'm gonna leave it. I don't remember what that does, so I'm not gonna touch it. If the object is a terrain instance node, there's my edited node. Oh, this is if the object I selected is the current node being edited. Current node being edited. If we had a region selected, then I want to hide that region, but not the gizmos. This will do that. Whatever. If I click and it's a node, do that. I guess this is handled down there. If I click and it's a region, if I have a node, set the node to be null because I'm going to update it later. Or I actually do it here. If it has an instance node, make this the object. Do that, do that. Otherwise, it's a bug. If it's neither one of those two, if it's neither one of these two, if I have a node, okay, I guess if somehow I just get like called with something that's not, that I can't edit. Something like that. Okay, let me get this camera fixed. Update the toolbar. If I click a region, and I'm in add instance mode, I want to immediately show when I change the region here, wait, what? If I have a region selected and I click a different node, is that missing? That code's kind of missing. I should be dropping the region. I should say this. I do this first, actually. And all of this. If I select a region and I had a node, hide the node, and then if the region has an instance node, I can do stuff with that. I guess I should also say if I have a region. You know what? No, this is weird. This is weird. This is weird. This is just straight up weird. Do this. Do this. Okay. If I'm picking an object, the idea here is that no, that doesn't make any sense. That's just stupid. This is just stupid. This is just some crap. If I have a node and the object is not that node, then I need to drop everything about the node. This. Every time. Okay. Was that so difficult? Yes. It really, really was. That's already taken care of. Otherwise, just whatever. And then this, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I figured that out. I'll do this because I think I'm probably going to need it. If not, instance preview. I'm going to assume that if I'm calling this one, it needs to exist. I can call remove when it doesn't exist, but if I'm setting it as if I'm setting a parent to it, it needs to have one. So I think reparenting is possible here. Nope. I can't do that because I need the internal stuff. It needs to be internal child. Okay. All right. And it always exists, right? Because I make it, so it exists all the time, always. And then what I say is I say set preview instance parents, edited region. And it will stay visible false for now. When I remove, it should say that. Parents instance preview. I'll have to figure out if like transforms do anything. If transforms are kept, probably not. I don't know what they do. I guess you use reparent and you pass that keep thing. Huh. But it's not actually used. Because Node doesn't have. Yep. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens. I think everything reads the global transform for like drawing and logic. Just the normal transform is used. I don't know. Oh, it's only if it's top level. Local transform just returns as global transform. But the instance like caches it or something. When I edit, if I had a region, remove it. If I have a region and there was nothing there, remove it. If I am editing a region, if it has a node, do all this. If it doesn't, it's an error. Set previous instance parent. Oh, and then when I do that, I'm also supposed to set the region. Which is why this should be called region. Which, now that I think about it, how does this work? If there's no region, if I set region to null validate instance ID, if not region return false. So I think what I should do is set the region to null. Oh, and when I remove it, I have to do that too. Set those to -1. Do all that. Show a function that's like clear preview, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I just turned it up because it was dark and now it's getting bright again. I can probably go automatic now, maybe. Okay, it's good enough. I'm not sure if the order matters. I feel like it probably does. So I'll hide it after. Well, actually, if I remove it from the tree... Yeah. Remove child, add child, set the region, and then the ID. Because when I set the region, we validate the ID. I'll leave it, it's fine. Setting the ID while it has a region, the ID needs to be good. But if it doesn't have a region, I can set it to whatever I want. And then I can set the region, and as long as I don't update the ID until it's a valid ID. Right. Right. Okay. Okay, so that should be handled. Edit should be good. Now when I'm in here, okay, now here's the thing. When I click add instance, when I select to add instance, instance bar What? No, this doesn't make sense. The instance bar should always have the region that I'm working with. Yeah, I give it as soon as I set the region. So doing this is stupid. This is literally stupid. Just show. Don't change that. Again here. Don't change that. Just show it or not. If visible and that, just show it or hide it. I'll do show. Yeah, so I clear the region if I'm selecting nothing. I clear the region if I'm editing it, about to edit a different region. And then I set it when I set it. Okay. Now when I select the tool, I need to ask instance bar to, like, do something. Instance bar needs to, like, update. Probably just call randomize instance, actually. I think I'd probably just call randomize instance on it. Tell it to do that, and it should go. Same thing with... I'm wondering which one's like better. Is calling .hide better than doing set visible to false? I don't know. Probably is. Because I think visible to false has to have this extra step of... Yeah, it calls the function anyway. It reads it as a property, it has to map it to a function setter, and it calls the function setter. If I just call .hide, it's like, oh, I know that function, it's one step. Yeah. Is that crazy? Maybe. But I do think I may have to do this. So if the tool mode is currently add instance, then I should probably do like instance randomize and show. Because I would have hidden it up here. Show. Randomize, show. Randomize. Okay. Alright. If I have an edited region, the instance preview is on that region, right? It must be. If I have a region, the instance preview is on that region. Exactly. Perfect. I think I actually just can do global position. It's probably better. I think this is what I was setting before. You know what? Here's the thing that I was having an issue with. This instance height thing. Yeah. I will figure that out when I get there. For now, it's fine that it just snaps to this spot. No, it's not. I need to make it work now. Essentially what I want to do is I want to set the position. So when I'm moving the mouse around, I say, all right, here's your new position. The instance takes that, adds its height, and sets that to be its global position. Yeah, I mean, yeah. that. And then when I set the instance height, yeah, whatever. Okay. Should be it. And I'll do this. And then when I click, we're doing, I'm just grabbing its global transform. Yeah, this all like stays the same. Okay. Set instance preview. That's so funny. I'm not liking that name. That name is messing with me. That's not a thing. Update settings. Yeah, I don't know what's selected. Oh, there it is. No, where does the selection happen? Should be like update instance grid. Update settings. Oh, yeah, of course. So when this happens, if there's no region or region settings, I do this, ID. When I get the ID, no, I am supposed to do this here, aren't I? Yeah. Well, actually, I guess I would really just do this. Just put it down there. Set instance setting to that one. We set instance setting. Just get rid of that. And this should randomize whenever I do this too. Oh, but I guess not randomize if there's nothing. Yeah. Okay, what happens? Instance to place. Instance bar. Well, what? I thought I, like, got rid of that or something. Which is funny because this line is supposed to... Oh, invalid access to property. Strange. Instance temporary added to scene without a region. What? Oh, please. Oh, yeah, I mean, that would be a silly thing to do. I set this to null so I can set this to -1. And yeah, I'm going to be clear about that. Okay, okay, okay. Which I think for that change I didn't have to. It's just temporary added scene without a valid instance ID. I guess that's still true, isn't it? How does this work? There's spaghetti happening, that's what's going on. The instance temporary needs to be different. It's stupid right now. So yeah. So update instance mesh. If yeah. Can I add child before it's in the tree? Maybe I can't do that. Can I do that? If I found something useful to do with AI, I found a model that generates 3D 360 images, good for environment light. Or you just use the one of possibly 10,000 plus free environment images that are already available. Add child, fail a message to the scene tree to a node inside the scene tree. Okay. Fail if child is null, fail if child has a parent. Add child no check. That add children. If we have a tree. I can add a child without being in the scene tree. Awesome. Okay. So Didn't know that. Please, hello? There we go. Should have a library with 100,000 images and go one by one until you find one that is good? Yes. Or search using tags. Or search using colors. Take the average color of the image and if it's close enough to a color you've selected, then... Or if that image contains, like, colors that are near that color. We've already got these things. All right, cool. Cool. I think this is all I need. No errors, but it's also not here. Oh, it's here. Why did I have to click? Instance bar, update settings, instance ID. Setting the instance ID should update the instance preview. Yeah, here. So why did that fail? Because this doesn't have a setting yet? That's probably it, actually. Or is it that when I click the tool and I call it randomize, I don't do anything yet? Set instance setting. No, this should do it. That does it. Why does it not? Oh, please. Okay, where does it have? Why is it being called twice? Why does that happen? It calls randomize all 3 times when I select this, so that's bad. Print debug instead. Oh, you're silly. Really? Oh, no. No. What? 349. You can't just say... You can't just say that. You can't just say that. You're supposed to give me more information. Okay, so the first place we called was when I clicked edit. So I clicked edit. Then we went to line 107 when I set the region. Then we went here to set region. Which I called update instance grid, which will actually update settings already. It will update settings. So I don't need to call this. Okay, well that should be one taken out. Cool. So now we're in update instance grid, update settings, set instance setting, randomize instance. And then apparently I just call randomize instance. Again. On line 111. Okay, so I just take that off. Cool. Then I click. Click. Okay, so it is bugged right now. Do the project. I don't know what that bug is. That's just a stupid bug. Hey, Legal Alien. How goes the pew pew? I am struggling a little bit. Have you moved? I have not. Same place. Why would it not be visible here? Why did it show up that one? What? Looks different. It's like, I don't know what could be different. My background has basically been unchanged. Okay, well, I mean, it's almost kind of working, but it's just not at the same time. Like, if I click off and come back, it's gone. Why is it gone? And then it's just gone until I click what? What makes it work? Nothing? I know what it is. You look tired. You feeling okay? I am tired. I have done it 2 days now where I stay up way later than I want to, and then way later than I should, and then I make myself get up early. And by early, I mean earlier than I normally do. I'm so confused. Why don't I see it? Why do I not see it? This seems unhealthy. It is a little bit, but not every day can be perfect. Dog is barking. Some lemon tea, I don't have that. Why would it not? I really don't. I can't imagine why it's not appearing. It should have the parent. I'm calling. Is randomized instance calling update mesh? Update mesh has to be called, which means I have to set the instance ID. Which happens every time I click here. It does this. What am I doing? I'm just waiting for the idea to come to me. Why would it not be showing up? What could be going wrong? It could not have a parent, but it definitely does have a parent. It absolutely does. Sometimes I hate programming. What's wrong? It has the parent. It has the parent. The mesh cannot be set. This dog is just quietly grumbling, looking out the window. It's getting the right mesh. It's there. Is it like over here in the middle of the world? No. Is it on the map? Is it not visible? Visible false. Okay. There we go. All right. So whenever I select the tool should be making it visible. Whenever I select the tool should be making it visible. And it's gone again. Okay. If I'm showing the instance bar, I need to show the instance preview. Okay. And then I'm going to actually take off randomize there. When I click, I should randomize. But otherwise, yeah, let me make sure randomize is only called one place. Okay, cool. All right, click, we see it. It's here. Click, click, it's here. The bush, click, it's still a bush. Even though it says that I have that selected, which is wrong. Bush, show height, click. It is still the bush technically, but for some reason it's showing... Okay, now this is the tree. So it's not like updating the mesh every time. But it should be. Oh. No. No. Oh, please. Oh my gosh. That's annoying. I don't know how to undo, apparently. A redo? When I click, it says randomize. When I click, it says randomize. That's fine. The issue's definitely... I think here is my problem. Okay, cool. The thing gets me is the instance ID is set. Press no signal true, which does update settings. Update settings grabs the selected button. And then that updates the mesh. So it means the mesh doesn't have a region? No. So this doesn't have a region when I set the ID? That's not possible. That's not possible. Something's... Okay. Let me follow the line of reasoning here. I have the bush selected. I click instance region 3. It selects... This is all just like busted. So the height is shown when when I have the bush selected. I click here. This is still showing the bush being selected, but this is showing the tree being selected. Why? That's not how that works. That's just not how that works. Why is it changing? Okay, let me hide this. I don't think I need to see this. I don't think I need to see that. I need to follow what happens here. Edit, edit, edit. I have a region. It is not the current region. I do all this stuff. Okay. I get the region. I just called remove preview instance, so that means I've unset the ID. I've unset the ID at this point, right? ID is -1. I've unset the ID. Then I get here. Is this it? Should this happen before the instance bar gets the region? Because when the instance bar gets the region, that's when it does all of this. Yes, I think so. Which is when it sets the instance ID. So this should have a region before I set the region. Yeah, I hate programming. When I have to write code like this, I just don't like that. I don't like that. It's one thing if it's like, you know, this property equals this property. It's like A equals 1, B equals A. Like, I'm fine with that. But it's when I have to do a function call before I can set a property, because the order those two things matter, that's when it gets annoying. That's when I think it sucks. This. Because I basically have to note this. I have to say, this function must call before setting the instance. Because yeah, what this should mean is that what I really should do is the instance bar, all of this should probably live inside of this function, and this function should be renamed. Is that risk of rain? It is risk of rain. Okay, so should I have a different... I call this in one place. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this inside of the function. And so set preview region. Okay. Now, does this all need to be a function? Probably not. I would probably just inline that. But I set this, instance bar gets that, and then if I'm in here, then I want to show these. Okay. So when I click, we go to the tree, and everything keeps up. If I click the bush, this didn't quite fix, because that's still showing the wrong thing. Because what I do is I simulate a press of the first option. Which calls set instance setting, which will edit that setting. Why is it like this? It's really weird. It's like it takes 2 updates for it to figure it out. I click here, we're editing the bush. This is the bush. I'll even make it obvious by changing this. I click here. We're apparently still editing the bush. Then I... What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I thought I just fixed it. Tree. Spin. What could I... I'll do scale. I'll make it large. Okay. This is the tree. This one's the bush. It's gonna have a height in the negatives. Okay. Tree. Bush. I click. We're on the bush, but it's selected tree. I click again. We go to the tree and we edit the tree. What's happening? Set region. If new region... Oh. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's just straight up not it. Because I set it here before I call that. I set the region. Set region. Editor visible false. If region, edit null. If new region is null. That's not true. If region was null, it's not true. Update instance grid. Update instance grid goes in here. Clears that. So we're going to reset it. Is it something with the editor being called edit like too many times? Is that what's happening? That's it, isn't it? It's this. I don't need to do that then. Just don't do that. I think there's definitely something buggy about calling edit too many times. I think that's definitely the case. So I let it be called only one time down here at the very end. Bush. Click. And then it, like, I call it in one place. Tree. Why did that happen twice? It's printing twice. What? Resource path on base object nil. Ah, what? No. 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 Why are you being called with null? Oh, you are being called with null. That. Do that. Okay, do that. In fact, actually, bring that back. But this is so dumb. Will this solve all my problems? Reload project, to be sure. I might call it as soon as I get this working, honestly. Why is there no resource path? These have a resource path. Right there, resource path. Why? Yeah, I don't, that makes me mad. How do they have no path? How do they have no path? Can we just be serious? Can we be serious? Why is there no path? Click. Height. What do you mean they have no path? It's right here. That's the path. Resource underscore path. Bush. Free. Can we get serious? Can we stop screwing with me? The name is right there. Is it being called with this? Because even if it was, this is... I'm being lied to. It's lying to me? It's lying to me right now. Okay. I'm so mad. Please. What's the issue with this? What is the problem with that? I don't have editing anywhere else. This is it's not even... You're not serious right now. It doesn't duplicate the name? Why not? Okay, now I can understand. Sure, path, fine. Don't duplicate the path. The name? Why not? What's the problem? Like this is why? Why? I try to solve one problem and then I run into like another problem and now I'm like very confused and now I forgot what's happening. What's going on? Place a tree. I mean, hey, at least that works. You know, I expected that to work, but this is a problem for me. This is a serious issue for me. I seriously don't understand why that happens. I have the bush. I click. It switches to tree here. This is still editing the bush and it's showing me the bush. This triggers the mesh. So this is not triggering this. The instance, this is not triggering that. What? -1. It starts at -1, we add 1, and then that's 0. Okay. But why? Why do you fail? The thing is, it's not failing either. It's doing it. It is doing it. It is calling print editing set instance setting. When I do this, when I make these, duplicate. Okay. Click the bush. I clear. Click. Editing. I need to set the names. Tree. Not true. Tree. Bush. Okay. Let's go back here. Region. Editing tree, apparently. Editing tree. Click bush, editing bush. Clear. Click here. Editing bush, it says. It says editing bush. It's not correct. It should have cleared the ID. The ID should have been cleared, and then it would call tree. Start here. I'll just track it down until I will notice it being wrong. Set preview region. We come all the way down here. We clear the ID. We set the region. Line 310 triggers this. We've set the region. So we go to instance bar set region. On line 201. We end up in here. And end up calling update instance grid. So we get into update instance grid. Update instance grid goes for this. And then apparently on line 259, we somehow end up there. So we emit the press signal. We call update button set press no signals. Is this a group thing? Because at this point, I'm telling it to emit pressed for the tree. The tree. This is the tree. Index -1, index +1. instance ID. Name instance ID. So the button that I press, we get to update settings. We grab the selected button. And then we set plugin instance preview instance ID equals that. That will update that part. I'll print this. Yeah, I don't see what's going wrong yet. I feel like it should have happened already. So 259, we emit, and then we jump all the way down to 333. Which I think used to be this one. Which will then go here. I don't understand. That's really confusing to me. Tree bush. These are just literally the same thing. Tree bush. All right. Selected instance 1. I get it now. I get it. I just cracked the code. So this doesn't actually update until we're outside of my code, which is dumb. So this isn't the true button press simulation. I'm not really simulating the button correctly. Do I have to... I need to go look at the... Because I think signals go to... Yeah, damn it. Signals get to me before they get to internal code. So the button group doesn't know about the button being pressed yet. So my whole idea here was I'd be simulating a press of the button on the first option that's available. So I guess what I can do is I can make it so that I emit to call this deferred. So instead of update settings, it would be update settings, a call deferred. And then probably the same thing here. Update settings. Well, I don't need the button press to do that there. Do that here, honestly. Tough, 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 tough. Click the bush. Click here. It's still a bush. Are you kidding? I've successfully, like, done that. Okay. Okay, when I... Does it call... Do I have to give it... Oh, what? Can I do button group? What is this instance button group? If is pressed, return E. Set pressed. Dot button pressed is set pressed? Yeah. Okay. Wow. Well, now I know. That's how you press a button programmatically. And now it's like totally broken. Where's the editor, man? Where's the editor? It still doesn't work. Now it's just not doing anything at all. Maybe I accidentally got rid of a certain line that it needs to have. Maybe I forgot that. Why does set press no signal hide that? I'm actually going crazy. This is what I got, right? I type in set pressed. I'm like, oh, I guess there's no set pressed. There is a set pressed. There is a set pressed. last. There it is. And all of the buttons have to be in the group before I can do this. So I do call deferred so it happens last. The editor still... Now it's not doing anything. Now it's not doing anything. I make it run set pressed and now it's not even doing anything. Why does it go back to... It's going back to 1, but it's not actually doing it. Why is it not showing that? This isn't happening. That's not happening anymore. I'm not adding child. I am so bad. I am adding child. So what's happening here? Wait, what's happening here? Why is it gone? Why is it not pressing? Why is it not pressing? It should be pressing. Lighting editor. Selected instance 1. Set pressed calls the signal. If pressed equals status pressed. If it's toggled. Toggled doesn't emit pressed. So how do we call pressed? Set pressed. Wow. 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 Toggle. bindings go bindings passed after are going to solve it by call. Alright, I've been too mad for too much. I'm gonna call it there. I can't figure this out. This is just some Godot button group bullshit. This is what this is. It's bullshit and how they handle their buttons, and I absolutely hate them. Okay? That's it. That's in the stream. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye.